These are the 6 best killers to play as a beginner. Out of all the starters killers you get for free when you get the game, the Wraith is by far the easiest one out of all of them, and I would say he's the killer with the lowest kill ceiling and skill floor so far. With the Wraith, you will be able to become invisible and move at a very fast speed, allowing you to catch survivors off guard and patrol generators easily, which is a skill you will need to learn as a starter. Not only that, new players are not that good at moving their camera and having awareness, so as Wraith, you will be able to catch survivors off guard more easily. Just make sure not to get stunned while you're invisible, as you will be stunned for way longer. The Wraith comes with a very diverse set of add-ons, and the vast majority of them are simple to understand and they buff your power the same, so you can get used to Wraith more easily. He offers a lot of flexibility regarding perks and builds, as you can go with an ambush build, a pure chase build, a gen slowdown build, whatever you desire, and your add-ons will complement you. Sadly, the Wraith's perks are not that good, and I would say they are the worst ones in this video by far, so you will need to eventually start using another killer. If you are a console player, you are in luck, as you will have the Doctor unlocked by default, and he is one of the best picks for starters. The Doctor's power is divided in 2 parts, with one power allowing you to find survivors with the press of a button, and the other power will help you with your chases. Static Blast is the best tracking tool out of all killers, which can be especially useful against beginner players, as one of the problems many new killers have is that they cannot find survivors in order to start a chase, or they feel lost and don't know what to do, especially because new survivors tend to hide around the map more instead of taking aggressive chases. Well, the moment you start the match, all you have to do is move around a little bit from spawn and start charging your Static Blast, and you will make survivors scream in no time. His second power is easy to understand, but mechanically it can be hard. The Doctor will electrocute in front of him, and any survivors hit by the electricity will not be able to throw pallets or jump windows for a moment, so if you time it right, you can prevent survivors from interacting with the environment. This electric attack will also interrupt any actions the survivors were doing. This is the hardest power to master for beginners, and I would recommend not spamming your power a lot, as you slow yourself down. Another problem a lot of new players have at the start is that they lack perks that help them with slowing the game down. Well, the Doctor comes with the Madness status effect, which will increase with each electric attack survivors receive, so survivors will have to remove the Madness first before they can heal or repair generators. The Doctor's add-ons are also really good, and while at first it can seem daunting to learn all effects of the add-ons, in reality it's pretty easy. You can start by using the brown add-ons first, and experiment with them along the way. Doctor's perks are also not that great, but Overcharge can be a nasty perk to run against survivors that don't expect it. If you have enough iridescent shards saved up, and you're thinking of buying an easy killer that also comes with great perks, I think there is no better option than the Clown. His power is extremely simple to understand. Throw gas bottles to slow down survivors that inhale the gas, or use your secondary yellow bottles to speed anyone that inhales the gas up. You can also reload freely at any point you want. However, what is interesting about the Clown is that despite him being so easy to understand, he actually can be a very complex character to play once you start mastering the yellow bottles. I mean, there is a Clown guide that is over 130 pages long. This means that if you are a starter, you can get easy wins with the Clown, and later when you become better at the game and you learn the micro and macro components of it, you can feel your Clown gameplay evolving. The Clown's add-ons are very simple to understand, as the vast majority of them are upgrades to your gas bottles, reload time, or they add extra effects to the gas. But the star of the show are definitely the perks. Pop Goes the Whistle is one of the best regression perks in the entire game, and you can use this on any killer you want. It will help you slow generators down for each hook you get, rewarding you for playing aggressively. Bamboozle is another fantastic perk that is extremely helpful for simple chase killers, and I honestly would recommend you use Bamboozle for every killer that appears on this video, because it's that good. Another very good and fun choice for a lot of players is the Legion, one of the most straightforward characters. Their power is to sprint, vault windows and pallets, and stab survivors, and once you stab your first survivor, you will give them deep wounds and you will see the location of the rest. If you get a 5-hit combo, you will instantly down the last survivor. Deep Wound serves as a type of slowdown, as survivors will have to mend themselves in order to repair generators. Also, the biggest counter for the Legion is survivors splitting up and not healing, two things that beginners and novices do not do, as they are scared of staying injured and will want to heal before they repair anything, which automatically means survivors being grouped up. For that reason, you might see a lot of success with the Legion at the start, but remember that you cannot down survivors with your power by stabbing them without a 5-hit combo. You need to down them by hitting them with a basic attack. This means that you will have to learn the fundamentals of a chase in order to get results, and this is a great thing as chasing is one of the most important parts of Dead by Daylight. Add-on wise, the Legion comes with a very good and diverse set of add-ons. Some of them even change the chase music. A good thing about them is that Brown add-ons are some of the best they have, and they are cheap, meaning you can get them more easily compared to the rest. The Legion's perks are also great, as Discordance will reveal the location of a generator as long as 2 survivors are working on it, which basically means you know where 50% of the team is just with one perk. Mad Grit can be very useful against body blockers, and the Iron Maiden can be really great for new players that tend to hide in lockers a lot, as it will make survivors scream once they exit a locker. By far the most controversial character and my personal choice as a really good character for beginners is the Pig. And it's not because of the perks nor the add-ons or even the power. It's because for me, the Pig is the best killer to learn chases with. Her power can be very complex in theory, but it's pretty simple in practice. You can crouch and make yourself slower but undetectable, you can have an ambush attack while you're crouched, and honestly, you can ignore this aspect of her power when you start. What is great is her reverse bear traps. The Pig can place these traps on the head of survivors that she downs, and they will have to run around the map in order to get a key to remove the trap, or else they die. Since the Pig is fundamentally a basic attack killer, this means you are playing the closest thing to a base killer there is in the game, as you need to become good in order to get survivors, and you get rewarded by slowing the game down with your power. For that reason, I believe that anyone who plays with the Pig will become overall better at the game with the rest of the characters, since you will learn the fundamentals faster as you are forced to. Now let me warn you that the Pig is considered as one of the weakest killers in Dead by Daylight, so if you expect a killer that is super strong, there are better options. Her perks are also very mediocre and don't stand out, and her add-ons can be interesting and fun to use. Think of her as a set of training wheels that will make you significantly stronger when you use any other average speed character. And finally, in my personal opinion, the best licensed character you can get that is also balanced is the Nemesis. His power is very easy to understand, however he is the only killer out of this video that has a power attack that requires some skill as it works in a different way compared to the basic attacks. Nemesis comes with a whip attack that can infect survivors, increasing your mutation level. For each level, you become stronger, and on level 2 you can break pallets with your tentacle whip, making him one of the best pallet breakers in the game. You also come with 2 zombie companions that will passively slow the game down by chasing and scaring survivors of gens, and they can also infect, hurt or down survivors once they catch them. Nemesis add-ons are some of the worst in the game, which for the purpose of this video is a good thing, as it means it's easier to learn his base power and get used to it without having to depend on add-ons to be good. But the best part about Nemesis is his perk Lethal Pursuer, which is one of the best licensed perks in the entire game, as it will reveal the location of all survivor auras at the start of the match. This is especially great for beginners as it will point you to where you have to go at the start so you can have a very fast early game, and you will also passively learn the spawn logics of Dead by Daylight, which will eventually help you learn the maps better. These are my picks for the best killers for beginners. Let me know if you have any other options that you would recommend for beginners, subscribe if you want more content like this, and check out this video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.